Hey gang, welcome back to Post Family Pilgrimage. On this episode, I want to review one of my newest and now most daily carried and used Swiss Army knives, the sacks. Of all the different sacks, it's this one right here. It's the Evolution S557 by Victorinox. Yeah, I'm kind of in love with this thing. This is a perfect for me EDC, and I want to get into why. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that my daily go-to for a while has been the Huntsman, the SAC Huntsman. And it's got four of the notches up top, and so primary stuff here. Excellent pocket knife with the scissors and the saw. So as far as an EDC, this is a great tool. However, I want to get into why this one right here has become my go-to and one of my all-time favorites. I'll say up front, it's a locking blade, so UK guys and gals, sorry about that, as you guys cannot legally carry this. However, here in the States, it's my fave. So I'm just going to jump right into this one. This one has 21 different tools, and that can vary depending on how you see them as a tool. I've got this one all opened up minus the bottom row features, but so I'm going to close it up, and then I'll talk to you about each one of these. All right, so to start off, this is an 85 millimeter. So instead of your Huntsman, which is 91, you can see the difference there, size-wise. So again, even more compact of a knife. Now, people have complained about this, saying that this right here piece, the locking mechanism, when you go to lock that main blade right there, it sticks out. And they're not wrong. You can see it right there. It does stick up just a little bit. But I don't find that to be an issue. It's hung up in my pocket one time on that right there. Otherwise, that has never happened. So I'm not that big on it. Plus, I didn't like the one that has like the black right here. There's one of them that has it's like the grip, whatever it's called on there, grip tape. I don't like that. I just like the natural look of the red. Some people have said, well, it's a fatter knife, so now you have this wider portion right there, and yet it fits in the palm of your hand perfectly, like a grip, like it's made to be handled right there. And so your thumb goes right there on the Swiss Army symbol, and it just fits. It's just cozy in the hand to hold. So let's just dive in. You have your typical stuff right here. However, here's one of the reasons I love the Evolution series, is because Swiss Army, the Victorinox, bought out Wenger, or Wenger, if you want to say it in German. So when they did, this product right here became the best of both worlds, in my opinion. And so what they did was they chose features from Victorinox line, the classic Victorinox line, and they merged them with some of the new features or other features from the Wenger line as well. So pretty awesome. So because of that, you get a few tools that you wouldn't normally have, or they're different styles of those. So I'll get into those. Right here, classic, just your classic bottle opener with the flathead, on the top. Bigger flathead there. Yep, there you go. With your wire stripper and can opener, bottle opener right there. One of the cool things I want to get into is normally over here where, say on the Huntsman, you would have your smaller blade. On this one, you have a nail pick. There you go. A nail pick and file. So, you know, classic Huntsman over here, you're going to have that smaller blade when you go to open that up. Not so on this. You already have a blade, your big blade, so might as well give you a small file to be able to use. On your Champ, you've got the great big file, which is awesome. So they have, but you also have that smaller blade. So this keeps it, again, compact, smaller, and able to just break down in the pocket. Now, pliers on this guy. Here are your pliers. And it's wild because you have this thumb indentation. I don't know if you can see it there. It's a slight thumb indentation. Just see that groove? Just a barely and yet you feel that when you pinch down. And here's one of the cooler parts about this guy. If you're dealing with something that's bigger, it has a slot right here where you slide this over. There you go. And now you have a wider plier. How cool is that? You see that hole right there? Also functions as a wire cutter for you. So I love that feature. Let's open up the pliers. Let's see where they go. On the Champ, just to kind of give you an example. Here's the classic Victorinox pliers. And these are dull in comparison to the features of this right here. So you kind of get an example. Just feels a lot better on the Evolution model. All right, next one, let's hit the flathead screwdriver. Some of these are hard to get out. So you have the locking place right there, halfway in the bend mode, but then also dead center. And here's what I love about that right there. Look at it. It really is dead center in the knife. So of your 5 rings, it's right there. Perfectly centered. This Phillips, for me, gets more use than any of my other Swiss Army Phillips knives because of this feature alone right here in the dead center of the knife. So I love that. It also locks down. Hey, one of the things I failed to mention here too is that with your locking blade feature, if you are using this right here, sorry, it's this one. If you're using your flat nose and you press, I can't quite do it because of the tension, but it moves down, and then that locks this blade in, or this flathead screwdriver for you in place as well. So kind of a double feature of the locking blade is you get this to lock as well, and that's just awesome. All right, so continuing to move along, you have, and I should have left these out in order to access it, you have the wrench. It's not a huge wrench, but it's just an extra accessory, and it works really well. You can kind of tell it's got some little teeth on it there. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, so just a great extra tool as well. Moving out from here is the scissors. I like these scissors because of the lack of spring like we have in our Huntsman. So a couple of things I want to show you on these. First off is the scissors themselves. And then if you can kind of see right there, there is a serrated edge to those, a super fine serrated edge that allows them to be self-sharpening. So with this feature, again, you kind of have that groove for your thumb right there. And then you don't have the same type of spring down here. And so that's as wide as they'll go, but they're just kind of a smoother cut. Now I will say, as you can see the beard, I've practiced with those scissors, and one of the only things that I have found, and it kind of hurts, is they tend to pull, and so pull hairs when you're trying to cut. Now here's just your classic, Huntsman with the spring. Of course, that means you get to have a much wider cut if you need to. So there's that feature. However, these I've found, like I said, kind of pulled hair, but it was also user error on my part. So Let's see, is there anything on here I'm forgetting on that side? No, I think that's it. I think we've covered them all there. Yeah. Okay, so on the back side, you have your classic corkscrew. That did come with, no, it didn't. It did not. I just added it. You know, you can place your Phillips flathead screwdriver in there, your little portable one. On the other side of this right here, you also get your awl, and that's the classic Victorinox awl. The sharper blade there on the side, and then the hole for sewing, and then you've got your lanyard here. So 21 tools in all on this guy right here, and again, absolutely love it. Of course, you have your tweezers up top, as well as your toothpick in there as well. So that really wraps this one up. The cool feature, again, I'll show you because I didn't really quite, is it locks. So right there you get a half step in opening this guy up, then you can hear it kind of fully lock. So one of the features of the main blade, of course, right there it is. There you go. It's locked. But when you push down on the button and you barely push it, there you go. It goes to right there. I think that's a safety feature to make sure you get your hand out of the way of this button as you're having to lock that down. Otherwise, that's going to smash your thumb every time. So that's why you get a break point right there in your blade. And then you can hear just how smooth all of these are. Of course they are. It's Swiss Army. It's Victorinox. I will say one of the things about this is that your blade says Delamont. So Victorinox Swiss made Delamont. I don't know if you can see that there. Right here in the blade. Whereas your others are going to say Victorinox Swiss made, and then Officer Swiss. You know, just your typical wording right there. So these are the Delamont blades, which is where Wenger company was located. Anywho, so that really wraps up this video of this one right here. Absolutely love this knife. You can pick it up today on Amazon Prime for 82 bucks. It's $91 with the Victorinox store. Again, absolutely love this knife right here. If you're at all interested, I'll leave the links for you in the description. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to holler at me. You know, I do love my Huntsman. I absolutely love this knife. But on the day-to-day, this one right here is taking over because it's probably right there at the same weight, but you're just getting so many more extra tools in the pocket while you're carrying this guy right here. All right, that wraps it up for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Do us a huge favor if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.